Episode 16 of the Teta podcast with your boy Big Manjora.
This is Fidel, the phenomenal Fidel, the landlord of angels.
Black Ghana, Moku official killer handle.
Man, we are in February, maze 2025 inaenda bro.
Ati Januari kashaanguka.
January deadline day. Tuko katika the final day ya deadline day. By the time tutakuwa tuna drop hii episode, itakuwa
ishafungwa. Imefungwa na Chelsea imefungwa pia.
Chelsea washafungwa.
Nasema by the time tunaweza kushutia
and if not Chelsea washafungwa.
Mimi sitaki wafungwe, nataka wa draw.
But Chelsea watu warudi to 4. Let them get back there. At least tunajua wao ni clowns wakiwa hapo.
In episode ya ngapi?
16.
Hebu sema wewe na kizungu. Uliza in episode ya ngapi kwa kizungu?
Sijui. This
is episode 16 of the Teta podcast. Which episode are we in?
Okay, so good trial.
This is
isn't it?
Isn't it?
Tumebakisha episodes 4
tags
tufike 20.
Yeah man, we are doing good by the way.
These are 16 weeks
milestone.
16 weeks of consistent. Jamani tuweke semo silent.
Bana.
Tumeanza biashara ya muhimu sana. Na ani watu gani wanawatafuta sasa 6 usiku lakini.
Ule msa alikuwa anapigia Fidel simu usiku hajatuambia ni
nilikuwa nasikiza voice note.
Hakutujibu kwa simu. Nilikuwa nasikiza comment section.
Yeah.
But
hizi notification ama ni za transfer deadline?
Transfer deadline na Chelsea, game ya Chelsea.
Transfer window imefunguliwa kila mahali.
So tukiingia ndani about football and everything, weekend ilikuwa match day
24.
Yeah, match day 24 sio? Match day for 24 ilikuwa na panda shuka yake, kulikuwa na happiness, kulikuwa na kilio, like
na timu iko na 29 points,
like kulikuwa na the city of Manchester yote ilikuwa inalia na kusaza meno.
We have been saying as football fans, our weekends are always defined by football. Hii mpira inachezwa huko kwa wazungu, lakini the effects zinakuwa felt huku Kenya ama huko Afrika.
Yeah, grassroots. So on the weekend kumekuwa na exciting football. Beautiful football.
Sure.
Imekuwa entertaining na like I feel like everyone amejibamba.
Entertaining wakati Arsenal imeshinda.
No, hadi zile timu zilishindwa, they were entertained. Maino kucheza namba 9, that was super entertainment.
Mzee ulikuwa na suti Friday.
Si mambo ya podcast bwana.
Which team are you signing for bana?
Ayo si mambo ya podcast.
On a weekend, on a Friday evening. In a navy blue suit.
Tulikuwa actually we had a gala night kule shule. Ilisha tu vizuri.
Alafu weekend yako ikwenda vizuri.
Kana lakini kidogo Shabana walipara hata kama walidraw. Ili make difference.
It's okay.
Inafaa siku moja tuwapia hapa hivi kwa set na suti.
Don't count me in tafadhali.
Takshan ya kitenge.
Utafuta mtu mwingine wa suti huko nyuma.
Hiyo podcast ndio kuifanyia huko.
Kitenge inakufaa makaunda.
Zile kaunda za mzae za kitambo.
Mtenda kufanyia huko Nyandarua. So getting straight to it, kuna the Tottenham game versus Brighton, which was super entertaining. Nottingham Forest.
Yo,
what do you think of Tottenham?
I always win my second season.
So Nottingham Forest versus Brighton 7-0.
A Chris Wood hat-trick, Antonio Langa a hat-trick of assists.
Mina feel tuanze wapi? Tuanze hapo kwa Elanga. Hapo kwa Elanga. Elanga, a former Manchester United player, currently playing for the Nottingham side.
Mlituambia hakuna academy player wetu anashine akitoka Man U.
No, every player anashine akitoka Man U.
I want you to prove us most. Okay, may use the word most.
Most players huwa wanashine wakitoka Manchester United.
Tunaongea story za academy players. Hatuko tunaongelea story ya other players.
Usilete conversation yenyewe.
Okay, then tell us why don't they shine in Manchester?
Ulikuwa mmeni-question hapa ati mbona maplayer wa academy wa Arsenal wanaenda Man U. Alafu ndo tukawaambia kwani sisi tunatonga master wetu wanaenda nje na wanashine. That's the point nilikuwa najaribu kuleta hapo katikati.
So bado una believe mlisign the best academy players kutoka Arsenal? Do you still stand with that with your sentiment?
I saw you post on your social media platforms that you've signed 2 of Arsenal's best youngsters. Yeah. Are you still of that stand that you've signed 2 of Arsenal's best?
2 of the.
Just so
you understand that
just
2 of the.
Just so you know. Just so you know, those 2 boys you've signed.
Yeah.
None of them are close to whatever you think.
Tunaenda place ingine na we were talking about Elanga. Let's stop running away from Elanga.
It's true, by the way.
Let's stop running from the Elanga point.
Yeah.
Elanga playing anacheza one of his, never sema his best football currently like since leaving Manchester United. Ningeanza na wewe mfano Manchester United ama ningeanza na Fidel alafu tumalize na wewe. Okay. Fidel, do you think wewe unadhani nini ilikuwa shida ya Elanga kule Manchester United na hapa Nottingham ni nini anapata hapa Nottingham sahi yenye inamfanya ana perform at that level?
I talk of expectation. The expectation at Manchester United is just so high. Hii expectation imeletwa na wale players ambao waliprecede walichezea Man U. They set the bar so high so that say when you are a player coming into the team, if you're a defender, you have to play like the likes of Akina Vidic. If you are a forward, you have to play like the likes of Akina Rooney. So like everyone who is coming from the academy anataki ama the fan base wanataka kuweka mentality ya kwamba they have to play at that level. That's expectation, number 1. Number 2, Manchester United are not realistic with themselves. You put too much pressure on Anthony Elanga. You've given an example of Anthony Elanga, right? When Jesse Lingard left Manchester United for West Ham, your season alishine. When he came back to Manchester United, Anthony Martial ako AK Athens. Anthony Martial almost size ana score. I'm not saying every weekend, but on a regular basis, this guy is performing. Those are just to mention. Look at the likes of Akina Di Maria. Look at the likes of Akina CR7.
Yeah.
Okay, CR7 in his case is different because he has always been performing. So like I think there is an environment in Manchester United that is just not so suitable for these young stars and also for stars who are coming into the team. I think maybe Akina Memphis Depay tu ndio ametoka Man U akashindwa kushine, but most of those players after ametoka Man U, look at their performance. So the Manchester United fans, it's high time you trimmed your expectations. Trim your expectations. And I want to tell you for a fact that even the Patrick Doku that you have signed, hata enda kucheza kama Luke Shaw ama kama a top left back or a top left wing back. You have to learn to give players time. That's my take for now.
I feel like unataka kusema they are kind of rushing their players to a certain level and the players bado hawaja progress
I think they're rushing them so much because Antonio Elanga ametoka Manio akiwa na miaka mingapi? Was it 19 or 20? Alikuwa amefika 21 hapo. And then another thing, when the whole team is not performing as a whole, you want to find blame for individual players. You see, I always say a player is as good as his team. You see now, Elanga is in a team that is functioning from defense to attack. That's why unaona ana function. Even Callum Hudson-Odoi was a reject at Chelsea. Lakini juu Newcastle ina function as a whole, unamwona sorry, Nottingham ina function as a whole, hata yeye pia anaonekana.
So of Mokwa,
Fidel talking about the team
and by the before Skofu reacts, you see me, I was speaking from a general football fans perspective. So I just a request. Wait, wait.
Adding something on top of whatever you would.
No, okay, I'm saying this generally that you see in this show, I understand. In this show, we are Manchester United fans and Arsenal fans, but we are being objective. Yeah, so. Sure. Can you be objective when you are talking about your
you're doubting whatever Moko is about to say?
Okay, let us give the young man a benefit of doubt. Okay.
Actually, nilikuwa nasema ni like umesema
expectation.
No, acha story the expectation hata kuna the point tumeongea the second I think the last point umesema Elanga like these players wanakuja kuna ile okay, acha tu nianze kutoka the blame mimi nilikuwa nafikiria opinion yangu. These guys at some point these players caliber yao they have to play for this. Kuna player utamtoa timu mdogo ukimleta hapa haizi cheza. Okay, kuna these players I feel like wana fit your team.
Sure, I understand.
Your team like mtu kama Elanga akiwa Manchester United
niruhusu nikukate kiasi. So unataka kusema if Elanga angetoka Manchester United and to another top team he could angewahi perform?
Sijasema angewahi perform.
You una try to fit like they are kind of players when you wanna fit certain small clubs.
Sijamaanisha team a small club. Mtu anaweza toka team kubwa na akaenda. Let me give an example of Alvaro Morata. Morata has been going all around these big teams. Like anaweza toka hii team akafeel
jamaa afikisha hata 20.
Hayuko comfortable nayo na afiki pale fulani. Hivyo kuna timu inamtaka. A big one. Sasa yako Galatasaray ametoka AC juzi. Ameenda Galatasaray. Is a top team also. Yenyeiko actually a title contender the league yenyeiko. Kitu najaribu kusema ni these players mwenye wana fit a certain team. So ukimwacha kama Manchester United na the pressure ama fans something like una kama Anthony ameenda on loan game yake ya kwanza ashapewa MVP kule La Liga.
Rodrigo ajipange.
Nimesema kina Yamal kina Vini wajipange.
I want to pick you up on the point you are saying that there are some players who fit a profile team.
Yeah, team.
But I have a question for you. We are talking about someone from your academy. Huyu ni mtu ambaye amekuwa na filosofia hii team ya Man U. Na ukiangalia unaweza pata most of these players amecheza maybe kuanzia under 11 akiprogressive akienda under 13 under 15 mpaka amecheza mpaka under 17 and stuff. So like what do you mean when you say he does not fit in the profile of a Manchester United team, yet umse ametoka from under 11 akacheza mpaka akakuwa integrated into the senior team for almost 2 or 3 years. Okay, that begs the question, then what kind of players are you producing? Because you've produced Elanga from your academy in the recent past. Elanga, Garnacho, this Amaino, I'm seeing now Toby Collier. So itafika time pia mwanze kusema Maino is not fitting into the profile of this team.
Maino already asha ule Elanga actually I'm pretty sure like hakucheza more than
but ndo nasema whatever Maino is doing at some point Elanga was doing it. Ndo Elanga tried to play, mkampatia time Juu aliperform. He performed a number of games.
Elanga amecheza almost 2 years.
We had this midfielder in Lille.
Gomez.
In the same. Umse alipewa game time, alipewa everything. Hakuperform, hakupana. Lakini pale Lille pale yako anacheza vizuri. The same case to Elanga.
That's why I said if the whole team is not functioning, mtaendelea kuwekea wale watoto lawama. Believe you me, if you are playing Maino in a midfield that has got a good number 6, Maino sasa angekuwa anaonekana very different player.
That's the thing ni alikuwa anafanya the other time.
So you see now you see if you don't find a good number 6, if you don't find a good central defensive midfielder, itafika time wanze kusema Maino does not fit into this profile, na mtaenda kutafuta some other better players.
So hapo ndio inatoa to the point ya kuwa it's all about Manchester United, their system. It's all about the players are perform juu maybe the system in Manchester United is not right for them. Na pia tukiangalia moving on juu pia sitaki tuingie juu ya Manchester United sana juu tutakuja kwao. Nini? Elanga performance hat-trick assist
against Brighton, which is a big team.
Sure. Brighton si team mdogo. Alafu kiangalia mse alikuwa anampatia hizo assist ni the man Chris Wood. This guy nilikuwa naangalia his stats. Mse alicheza World Cup ya 2010.
A man on steroids.
The guy played
aliza team guy
ni Australia man
ni World Cup ya 2010. World Cup ya 2010 Chris Wood alikuwa. Chris Wood
wale madeni.
Chris Wood sahi ako kwa Premier League. Anafanya vitu strikers wenye
na bat August saipali yako yuacheza yuafunga.
Chris Wood kuna masweka younger than him kina Hodgland ambao Chris Wood is doing much better than them kwa hii league at his age. Si ako almost 36.
Hiyo ndio kitu Fidel alikuwa anasema. Play ukiwa in a good build
a functioning team.
That's what Fidel alikuwa
anasema. Do you think Nottingham Forest currently inaweza hesabika kama a good team?
Bado na feel they are somewhere they are above average. They are above average.
Newcastle na Aston Villa.
Me I can't count them. Why? Hizi ni timu za one season. There's a season Newcastle was on fire. Last season Aston Villa was on fire. Right now they're even conceding to Wolves.
But unaona whatever with Nottingham Forest ni nini na kukujia nini? Nottingham Forest imekuwa structured in a way. This is a team yenye ukiangalia structure yake na everything ya management na nini
ni teamwork.
Ni team yenye wana build for the future.
Sure.
Ukiangalia the kind of players playing kina Chris Wood ndo wazee like kina Elanga, kina Gibbs White, kina Yates. These are people 27, 28 and below. Alafu kiangalia the kind of management investing on management. Arsenal former sporting director. Kuna links na Nottingham Forest.
Their boss, yeah.
And with their boss
Olympiacos ni timu yake nyingine.
Chelsea mfungwa mazee.
I saw that. I think
it's 1-1 number?
No, 1-0.
1-0. So ukiangalia the kind of management Nottingham wamepewa, alafu their boss how he invested ako on the squad. Ukiangalia sawa Newcastle is owned by the Arabs. Aston Villa they have their boss, but ukiangalia how mwenye Nottingham ananikumbusha about nani Abramovich. Yeah, ananikumbusha how Abramovich he was so invested in Chelsea. So this is a team hata kama it's their first season wanakuwa katika hii challenge ya top 4 after coming back from relegation. Ni team inakuonyesha if hiyo togetherness itakuwa with time they will be there to challenge.
Yeah, sure. I agree. We give credit where it's due.
I feel like Nottingham Forest the only team in Premier League wana play bado ile traditional football yenye si possessive. Like counter tusonge, counter tunasonga, counter tunasonga. Hizi zingine wanaweza zile possessive football hii modern football.
Like coach wao Nuno haja complicate mpira.
Yeah, sure.
Yaani rahisi tu rahisi tukisoma.
Alafu pia tuko naangalia Brighton, they were disgraced with 7-0 na hapo ndio inanikujia the argument. There was a guy saying after the game, these people were offered almost 90 million ni euros ama ilikuwa nini
for Mitoma, then wakareject hiyo bid, then wakaenda kwa slap 7-0 na Mitoma ndani ya hiyo game. I think that was bad business. I think that was
bad business.
90 million for Mitoma. Mimi naachilia.
That was bad business.
That is some very good money, my friend.
Lakini kama player mwenyewe walikuwa hataki.
Maybe umepata opportunity ya kuibia Mwarabu.
Maybe the player was
the player side. I don't think kama club
Mitoma was open
to the number iko na Adingra. Hiyo number iko na Adingra, iko na some good players.
I've read some sources bado hawajamaliza Mwarabu, bado hawajamalizana na hiyo story. Ni vile dirisha ilikuwa inaelekea kufungwa.
Alafu hata mjama stinka huyo Mitoma.
They meant business.
Atashukishwa paka
but
that
Brighton I don't know, mimi sijaelewa hata kutoka hadi leo na try kufigure out maze 7-0 against Brighton.
Even so ni yake ni loan ama ni
loan? It's a loan.
Nani?
Loan West Ham.
Loan. A direct loan, a straight loan without any obligation to buy. It's a direct, like end of the season, then it'll come back. So moving forward from the Brighton game, to the other game. About the game was Aston Villa. Now Aston Villa losing to Wolves. It was a nice. Mimi as I enjoyed Wolves winning that game. Sababu about a few things. Wolves wamekuwa wakifight sana.
Nasema tu nachukia Aston Villa.
No, sichukui Aston Villa.
Wolves imekuwa ikicheza mpira. Luck has just not been on their side.
Hiyo nasema. Tukiangalia at the start of the season, the number Wolves walienda almost 7 games without winning.
So walikuwa namba uko chini.
They went 7 games without winning. Na ukiangalia
they have a new coach.
Na ukiangalia Kunya, mimi nasema
made one signing.
Place wako sahi. It's highly contributed to Kunya. Matthias Kunya, si ndio? Ameperform sana in these games. Ukiangalia the kind of goals amekuwa akifunga kuweka Wolves wherever they are. Hadi juzi the other day he was having kind of fallout with the coach. But walikuja ni kama waliongelea na amesign a new contract for the club.
Yeah, sure. Good thing is in England contract extensions mean nothing.
But even someone was saying the other day on October or November,
John Duran signed a contract for right now. When the Arabs bought 77 million.
So
it's more than the contract.
Contracts kwa football
bado hajacheza.
Contracts kwa football sahi bado I mean anything, like sahi mali tunaenda contracts they mean nothing.
Hata hizi teams za Spain was na kiana players inaitwaje, hizi release clauses, those things mean nothing, man.
Alafu pia tukiangalia Aston Villa getting like wana act kama a big team ama they are ni big team.
No, Aston Villa is not a big team. They're acting like a big team.
Yo, like
they're
not
a
for
big
big names bazi. Wameka Marco Asensio, Rashford, Saidi sasa kuna
they even wanted Joao Felix on loan,
But Chelsea walisema they are not buying, they are not selling to a competitor of top 4. So like
wamepatiana
like walikuwa na hiyo argument na nashangadi sasa finally ameenda huko Aston Villa.
But let us watch Aston Villa's performance, because I really want to see, I'm curious to see if Unai Emery can bring out the best out of Rashford, and I also want to see if he can bring out the best out of a 3 times Champions League winner, Marco Asensio. I'm really curious to see, because this guy Rashford really has to fit into John Duran's shoes. Why? Because Oli Watkins is now injured. The only striker they have is Malen, who is not even a regular starter. So I really want to see
sasa anaenda kuanza. Ndio sasa ana option Duran imeenda, Oli
But
ameenda.
check it.
Me even think kuna Emery will play Rashford as a number 9.
I'll be happy nikiona Rashford akiperform. Like itakuwa
You see,
itakuwa
no, not even banter.
about
By
the
the way, if
banter.
Rashford happens to perform this easy few months among Aston Villa, it will be very clear that the problem is Manchester United.
Again, the good thing
The environment there.
ndo nasema bro, ndo nasema not about the banter, it's about whatever this player ameendua under Amorim. Na mimi mnajua stand yangu on that. I'm always like Rashford ame go through a lot under the management of Amorim. Now if Rashford gets his confidence back, na arudi kuscore goals na kuplay football with a happy face, itakuwa every football fan will be happy for Rashford.
Lakini Anthony naye hawezi perform. Anthony naye ni dwanzi.
So
MVP game yake ya kwanza.
Lakini Anthony naye mimi naona tu Mani wamempeleka tu huko. Anthony I really had, maybe wajaribu wamregeshe Netherlands. Lakini huko I really doubt kama Anthony ata perform.
so
Last night.
moving forward to the Liverpool game versus Bournemouth.
I think Bournemouth was just unlucky. Hitting the post 3 times. I was watching that game. Brighton,
That's where
Bournemouth.
fate comes in.
Yeah, Bournemouth was just not.
Well, you know, there was a day we were arguing with Chris, na sijui kama mnakumbuka.
I was following up on the argument.
To 540.
Yeah.
He was like, he doesn't believe in luck in football.
Let me tell you this. If you watch football for a long time, you are going to understand that there is always luck in football. You see that whatever you are calling the ball crossing the line, that is what we call luck. Because Bournemouth hit the post 3 times in that game on Saturday.
And
3
missed
times.
some big chances.
You see, it's always said when a player is on training and you tell them, now I want you to hit that post, they'd hardly hit that post. But when it comes to scoring, when it's an actual game and they hit the post, that's really unlucky.
Yeah.
You've never seen team imepiga post imefunga maboya offside, and it's just not lucky.
The game, I guess it was a Champions League PSG versus home and away. PSG against Borussia Dortmund the other season.
Yeah.
PSG, good work 14 times. 14 times.
Yeah,
Mbappe,
nakumbuka Mbappe ali good work sana.
14 times.
Last season. Na ukiangalia sijui tuanze na the point at but at some point
Very soft one.
At some point nilikuja nika agree with the decision.
Why?
The angle yenye sisi tulikuwa tunaangalia. Sikiliza bro. Nisikilize alafu utaongea. Wewe unajua I'm not happy those guys were given a penalty. But sometimes unaangalia previous decisions. Naona ni sawa the penalty was given. Sababu ukiangalia ile game hiyo trip nani kujitega ilikoziwa na something. The guy was kuna venye huyo defender alikuwa ni nani? Their captain.
Hutchinson.
No. Huyo alikuwa their captain that day. No.
I'm forgetting the name.
Brooks ama ilikuwa nani?
Brooks, yeah.
So like kuna venye ukiangalia the angle from behind wao wakikimbia unaona ni kinda hiyo mguu ya Brooks iligusa Gakpo kiasi, which was a soft one.
Pia ni realize ndio maana ule nani aku complain.
Ndo nasema which was a soft one, but without hiyo touch ya kumgusa Gakpo, Gakpo angejitrip. So I guess that hiyo ndo maana hiyo ilipewa.
Me, I feel that penalty was so soft and Bournemouth allowed it. Why? When the referee whistled for a penalty, hakuna hata player yote wa Bournemouth alienda pale kuprotest, man. No one even went there to protest.
Walienda VR kweli?
VR iliangalia kumuita like juu kuna hiyo factor. So ndo I was really angry.
VR is one of the most useless things there is in Europe.
I'll stop using VR now. Just
I think at some point we will, but if we digress a little bit, at some point we will have to talk about VAR. There is no way on this earth VAR the center referee can make a decision and the VAR reviews and stands with the decision and then after 2 days your decision inakataliwa. Then why do we even have
so it against Tottenham, Manchester against Tottenham the other first leg?
So no, so we all agree it was a soft penalty, but nikienda kuketi na kureview nilirealize I was kind of bitter because it was Liverpool ndio ilikuwa ina win.
But if I look at Bournemouth and Forest, Nottingham Forest, I see one thing. Those teams are not good. Honestly, they're not good teams.
Just teamwork.
Yeah, there is a lot of teamwork and team effort. Unaona hata hiyo mambo ya kupiga. Yes, they've tried. They went 11 games unbeaten, I think, at home. They were doing something good. It's a good thing, but you really can't count them as top teams.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to run out of juice, and that happened in that game against Liverpool. At home, they conceded 2.
Okay. There's a guy we have always talked about, Salah. Mohamed Salah has been performing at his best this season. Is one of the
kuna gasi ile triple captain manze kwa FPL
is one of my
alivuna points
Ballon d'Or favorite
contenders.
But I didn't see contender. That guy deserve it. Sababu ukiangalia whatever that guy is doing at his age and the kind of goals anafunga, achana na ile penalty, the second goal, angalia the brilliance na tutasemaje ni instincts za ukiangalia at that point Salah ni watu macho kiasi akaangalia position ya goalkeeper na akajua if nikicurve kiasi on the top bin ni bao. Ndio ukiangalia that's something Salah yako nayo the other wingers hawana.
Sure.
It's something in Salah has been proven that with time amekuwa kilan whatever he's supposed to do at the wing.
Salah anazeeka vizuri.
Yeah, like anamaliza football career yake at his prime.
Yes, I agree. By the way, I agree that Mohamed Salah is a Ballon d'Or contender. In my opinion, he's a Ballon d'Or contender. But is he going to win the Ballon d'Or? I don't know.
And only.
I don't know.
He wins the Premier League and the Champions League.
Because you see, Ballon d'Or is influenced by so many things. Yeah. Yes, he's going to win the Premier League, but are they going to win the Champions League? Are they going to, just a minute, are they going to, how are they going to perform in Egypt? There's so many factors, by the way.
We saw the other time, they said Ballon d'Or is not all about the team's performance, it's all about
calendar
the individual.
For the calendar year, right?
It's about personality. Is the player discipline and all that?
Yes.
Tukiangalia Salah is anatic almost those boxes.
Yes.
He's a disciplined player.
Yes.
Hapo tu I feel hapo kwa country performance ya country.
Mi usemaga as long as the voting goes down to humans, it's humans who are voting,
journalists.
and it's journalists who are voting. Anything can.
But why journalists?
This character guy pieces of everyone. Watu atakuwa naangalia ni team yenye Karaga alicheza huyo jamaa achana naye. So as long as ni humans wana vote maze.
I never understand why those guys.
But see, you know the system like in every country,
that's the
football
system.
country.
Kulingana na sheria za Ballon d'Or, that's how they
like every country
of voting about.
See, not any journalist, bro. These are top football journalists in the world. Not any journalist wakuja kuchukua Salah. No. I haven't said any names.
Wakuja kuchukua journalist mkanga.
No, they're not picking anyone. Wanna pick sports journalists recognized by FIFA.
Aroja sim chao.
By the federation.
So Liverpool is going places because of Mo Salah.
Yeah, sure.
Mo Salah is a top player.
And Ryan was still Ryan perform.
But you see, by the way, I've heard you say Mohamed Salah this season. But if you're being honest, Mohamed Salah has been consistent ever since he came to
Yeah,
Liverpool.
sure.
Umsa amekuwa akicheza at your level, man.
Ni venye tu last year their performance was kind of down.
But even in their worst performance,
as a
Mo
team.
Salah bado alikuwa na. If Egypt had some quality
Arsenal
players.
wameza number
Number 3.
Number three.
Number 3.
the other season ndio alikuwa poa.
Walikuwa ile walikosa UEFA ile.
Ile ndio season
So
alikuwa
kama Egypt ingekuwa na some quality players, I think Mo Salah
angekuwa place nyingine deep.
So Semenyo, Antonio Semenyo. And Semenyo is a player that before niendelee Semenyo ana deserve kuwa at a top club. Does he deserve to be at a top club? Does he have the quality of a top winger? Ama he's just an average player, kind of squad player?
Acha baki tu hapo pali yako.
I'll be fair to him. I think we should find a word between top and average to make up hivyo katikati, because as an attacking footballer or as an attacking player, it all goes down to decision making. Your final your pass in the final third, whatever decision you're going to make when you are facing the goalpost, that is what really determines the kind of player you are. So what's put, unajua sasa tukianza kumlinganisha na the similar players who play that similar role, he kind of falls short because I think his decision making. That guy has got an accurate, is it left foot or right foot? That guy plays so well by the way. And I'd put the likes of Bran Mbeumo, the likes of Semenyo in one bracket. They're not average players, but they're also not top players. They're somewhere in between. And if these players find a coach who can bring out the raw talent out of them, those guys have got some raw talent. If they find a top coach who can try and process whatever is in them, those guys are good players. And another player, I'd add there is that Sulemana guy in Southampton.
Yeah.
You do everything so well.
Dribbling.
No, we're talking about wingers, eh?
Yeah.
Dribbling is a winger. You do everything so well, but your final decision.
Before mko akuje, pia venye umesema kina Mbeumo and all these kina Semenyo, they're in that bracket. Pia at the same time I'm also like there are players playing in the top clubs,
yes,
who they are not better than these guys.
Sure. That one I agree.
In terms of how these guys they are playing football, kina Mbeumo and all that, I feel kuna players in the top clubs, they kind of
who are there, but you feel like the likes of kina Semenyo
can bench them wakija kwa those clubs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to say names, but I guess mko ashaanza ku guess.
I'll give you a name to add on that. If we had Semenyo where Martinelli is,
yeah, sure,
I think the outcome would have been different because you see, if Semenyo is that good, and he's playing in a team that is not so well, imagine if he'd be in a team that iko na players ambao wanacheza mpira inaeleweka.
Okay, mkuu.
When I see Semenyo, I see the Premier League Leao, Rafael Leao. That guy is late touch, zaka soft touch, like can receive ball. Though
he's a lazy player here, by the way.
Yes, lazy player. Huwa hana haraka, kisha receive ball, anasimama, anaanza kufikiria.
Leo mazata ucheka.
Akitoa pasa
anacheka vile.
That guy is happy.
Premier League player mwaze. I said, okay, Semenyo is a good player, but I feel like wacha tu abaki pale. Hii season iishe, ndio tujue what next. The legs of okay. Iwobi was in a big club. You see, akiwa pale Fulham.
But he was playing good at Arsenal. Ni venye tu his time was over.
Unaona shida ingine senye inafanya kununua the likes of akina Semenyo inakuwa ngumu. Semenyo is not a winger who will give you maybe 15 assists or 15 goals. But if you go for him, say they'll tell you 60 million.
Money.
So like
the likes of net.
Yeah, they don't match. Yeah, they don't match the ratio. Bado ni 1-0. Second half imeanza. But do you know what makes Mo Salah different from all these other players? Mo Salah ashajua he's a good player. so he has practiced on one thing, scoring.
Yeah, finishing.
You see, yes, there's the aesthetic part of football, there's the beauty of football, kuchenga, kufanya nini, but what will give you points? Goals. And that is what Mo Salah has perfected. Gidi was explaining here, juzi Mo Salah alisimama tu hivi akaangalia Arrizabalaga ako wapi, haizifikia hiyo mpira na kaiweka.
I feel these young wingers wangejaribu maybe let me chenga
alafu
ndo I can ndo IKO shot ama pia na assist, but Salah was like the place alikuwa like this is a goal.
Salah ameperfect on his scoring.
So and talking about Salah perfecting on his scoring.
Yeah, sure.
There's this team called the
great Manchester United.
Check it. Have a little respect, bro, about his game. There's this team called Crystal Palace. They were so crystal clear. Let me talk kwanza.
Glory man.
Relax. Na Glory Man United yako. Kuna this team called Palace.
Glory days.
The Teta of Palace. The old Palace.
By the Palace imesumbua Manu ikiwa na ule coach mzee alikuwa anaitwa
4 games. Hasa hajafunga Palace.
Na Brighton pia. Brighton pia kuna rekodi imeweka.
Ya kupiga jamaa home. It's doing 3
consecutive.
Season nilimpiga nikimaliza season na Brighton.
Kwako.
Nilimfunga kwangu nikimaliza season.
No, there's a record
amenifunga 5 amenifunga 4 in 5 games. Amenifunga siri amenifunga nini?
Akikufunga juzi kuna record aliweka.
Unakuambia amenifunga 5.
Okay,
defend the last 5 games. Wewe nimemfunga the last season nikimaliza
nimemfunga Diallo.
Sasa tuachie hapo. Man United vs Palace. Palace wamekuwa wakiboss fixture zenu for the last time nyinyi mliwafunga ilikuwa 3-0 na mlikuwa home. But since that time walienda, was it 2-0 1-0 then 4 ilikuwa ni 4-0 then ikakuwa 0-0 then ni 2-0.
Yeah.
So those are 7 goals, a 7-0 aggregate
in the past 4
games versus Crystal Palace. Where is the glory Manchester United? Where is the glory of Manchester United? The glory of Manchester United.
Mbona mkuuliza hii nikifunga Fulham?
Wachana na Fulham bro. We are talking about Crystal Palace.
Missy kwa set.
Unawaambia huyu jamaa anakutoka Manchester akifunga
check it. Where is the glory of Manchester United against Palace?
Against Palace. Palace played in the sema ni Premier kumfunga.
Si ndio hiyo Premier League.
Nikimfunga
this is a Premier League show. This is a Premier League show. This is a Premier League show.
At Premier League.
This is a Premier League show and Kenya Premier League show. Bro, this is a Kenya Premier League show and
every game counts.
No,
every game counts.
Bro,
every game counts.
Kutoa tuanze podcast. What are we tumekuwa tukiinsist on nini? We have atuongeangi Champions League hapo. Ushisikia tukiongea Champions League.
Si akina Michael Richards
hapa.
Na Michael Richards
lazima utoe opinion ya Champions League.
No, we have never made any opinions ya Champions League.
Unasema wewe unajua siwezi enda kutafuta huko nyuma. Lakini kuna mtu atanitafutia na ananiambia hapo.
No, you have not told us what happened between Manchester United and Palace. Hiyo lazima utuambie.
Hii game ya juzi hata usituambie hizo za huko nyuma.
Tuambie huko nyuma tuliona. Hii ya juzi hatukuona.
Mlikuwa wapi sasa hivi nikuje kueleza hapa kwa set?
Tueleze hii ya jana.
Mlikuwa wapi nikuje kueleza hapa kwa set?
Tell us your honest opinion.
My honest opinion is like we just trying to do everything. We have tried to do everything.
Sisi hatuna wewe.
Ulikuwa unajaribu kusema at some point those guys were nowhere in the game. Ukiangalia the stats au Palace they lucky wakapata chances zao na wakaziconvert vizuri.
By the umenikumbusha point nyingi nilikuwa naambia Fidel. You guys possessed that game but you guys had the lowest XG
expected.
Unajua Do you know that?
Sikuangalia kwa hiyo nini.
You guys had the lowest XG. Hadi confirm.
Actually, I can give you the stats.
Usidhani kama nakudanganya.
Manchester United had a 66% ball possession, but they had 2 shots on target, and Palace had 3 shots on target. But expected goals, Palace had 2.61 and they had 1.31. Actually, EXG at 2.61 inamaanisha almost 3 goals. So in terms of scoring, you are nowhere near. So is it scoring or is it defending? Because you didn't score, but you conceded. So what's the problem? Is it scoring or is it defending?
Because you guys possessed the ball.
Yeah, because you possessed the ball.
It's about scoring. Ni kufunga tu ndio watu kufunga, lakini at calling about the defense, I don't think story of defense, like actually we considered from a set piece. And then it's becoming a norm. That's what I can't complain. You set piece now siku zote it's not our thing. Tuna concede day in day out. The second game wali manage to break your defense kwa high line. They converted their chances. We had our own chances to create chances zetu hatukuzi convert. That's all like hakuna kitu kingine nasema kwa hiyo game. You like we create see that to create chances hatukufanya we create chances. Ni those guys were convert.
Me I think hii game ilikuwa tu ngumu kwa Man. Why? Because even if you had scored your 2 shots on target, hii game ingekuwa 2-2 bado. You still bado amngeshinda na mlikuwa home. So I think Crystal Palace has found a way to break Manchester United.
For sure, and they have been using their stronghold.
Yeah, because they've done it under Amorim. Now the last time they did it under Ten Hag. Unapata. So I think Crystal Palace has found a way to.
I went 12 consecutive games. Paka the last season hizo 4 games zenye
sasa ndio nasema
12 consecutive games na wafunga 12 consecutive.
At the end of the day unaona hata sisi la season Aston Villa walitufunga mara 2. Hatuwezi anza kujitetea na games zenye zilipita, si tumefunga Aston Villa. The games that matters ni za sai. You guys have been trying to get points and mtoke kwa the position you are ili mkuje kinda karibu na Conference League na European League na Champions League, but the same teams zenye unashindana nazo pale chini. Na this is a conversation every day nakumbushanga Chris, hata nyinyi wenyewe mnajua, like the problem of Manchester United is not scoring against Arsenal, against Man City, against Liverpool, against Chelsea, against Tottenham pia ninawalemea, but against those 4 teams hiyo si problem. You guys can score against Arsenal. But
then you play a very different kind of game.
When you play against Arsenal, I feel like I'm a Manchester City or Liverpool, players who show up. Like they are always ukiangalia the kind of pressing and whatever they are doing in the game wanna show up. But the problem with Manchester United is playing against these teams, average teams, Crystal Palace, Brighton. These teams wenye mko pale at the same position na mna try to fight. These teams zimeonyesha hata mkishinda zinaonyesha you guys struggle a lot.
So right now in 24 games you have got 29 points.
Yeah.
Do you think utafika 50?
Threshold ya 50 is one of the worst teams mlimpinga hapa kwa set of Barca.
It's not one of the worst teams.
I also may agree this is not one of the worst teams.
It's worst performances, not one of the worst teams.
What brings worst
performances?
In a worst performance.
Couple of factors.
At the coach.
Yeah.
You having 5
why are you sticking
5 different coaches? 5 different coaches.
Why are you sticking? Wait.
Alafu unaniambia tactics.
Ten Hag alikuwa perform vizuri, but Ten Hag alimalizisha wase number 2 na number 5 ilikuwa ni 5 ama nini?
Hizo ndio vitu nani amefanya? Mourinho amefanya.
Ndio nasema
Ole amefanya. Ameanza motivation number 2 mara 2 huyo Ole.
Ndio nasema using which tactics?
For
the normal tactics. Kwa nini
what happens after that? Short term success can happen after that.
Sikiza, angalia. Umejaribu back 3 inakata.
I think tutarudi tu kule kwa hii discussion tumekuwa nao but my stand is that this is not one of the best Manchester United teams. There are a couple of factors. There are a couple of factors
zake na akakuwa successful. Tell me one.
Ule wa game pressing.
No coach.
Tuchel amechange tactics zake mara mingi.
Unashindanga hapa social media day in day out. Twitter day in, wanakuambia hakuna coach.
Twitter kuna X kuna community notes. Kwa nini ziko pale? Kusema kweli. But check him.
No coach.
Tukienda kwa hii argument turudi kule mbali mali tumetoka. Sasa ndo nasema
we just praying for a long time.
Check him. Ndio unakuja kwa point yetu. This is not the worst team. The tactics na hii team ndo haiendani. This is not one of the worst team. You guys have one of the best teams on paper. Na hiyo hata ni tuli count players wenu wangapi
wanacheza. Almost everyone is a first 11 in their respective teams. In the country. Wezi compare na sisi tukichezesha kina Mustafi na kina sijui nani.
Bro.
Kina Francis Coquelin. Watu wapata team C wacheze.
Yaani mtu anacheza a different caliber of players pale kwa national team. Unataka kumcompare na mtu anacheza hapa na
bro, sasa ndio unasema unacheza na different caliber of players pale. You are hapa mani you are playing with different
star na una effort the legs of Rashid. Hapa mani wewe ni star lakini
star soft.
Hii story ya Rashid mtakuja kuacha kutumia Rashid kama scapegoat. Mkija kurealize Rashid yuko kwa timu yenu. Sikiliza. Ndio nilikuwa nasema tukiwaenda hii story ya huyu jamaa. Whatever we are trying to say is Manchester United, it's not one of the worst teams.
The worst team.
It's not one of the worst teams. Kwa nini? It's only that the tactics with this team haziendani.
Nothing the tactics. Bro, makocha wamekuwa wangapi wameleta tactics zao na
can I ask you kama is it your opinion that if Ruda angebaki team
sikuitaka na
wait like Ruda angebaki team judging by the performance you had seen in those few games, do you think the outcome bado ingekuwa hivi?
Kwanza ingekuwa worse.
Ingekuwa chini ya number 14 sahi.
Ingekuwa number 18 sahi.
Unakumbuka by the way, let me check him back. Unakumbuka Teta akijoin Arsenal?
Yeah.
Alikuja na tactic yake ya Manchester City, this possession football. Tulikuwa tunaicheza tayari but alileta the more pressing, like kwa more concentrate more on the ball and doing all that beautiful football. But whatever Arsenal fans wali agree, this is not the best team for these tactics. Tulimaliza weird position number 8 for almost 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
We all agreed the tactics na hii team
tactics are good, but the players
azindani. So the players we had
mwache pia yeye amalize the worst position ndiye ajue.
Sasa
mwache pia yeye amalize the worst position.
Ndio tunasema hiyo kitu ya kusema this is the worst team, this is not the worst team. Kama mna possess ball na mnashindwa kufunga
bro, wewe mwenyewe umeona unaagi tu kitu hakuna.
Mnapeleka
umeanza kuchekelea mwenyewe kwenda kitu next.
Mnapeleka mastrikers zenu namba 9 mmempeleka Rashford.
Niko na attacking option 4 peke yake mpaka end season.
Si wewe mwenyewe ndo unajitakia.
But there is something I said, I think after Amorim's 3rd game, I said when this season ends, you may not judge Manchester United harshly, but there are things that we are going to judge Amorim for. Playing players out of position. That is something we are going to judge him for. Maino has never been a number 9.
Why are you playing?
You can never
Maino
play him.
Number 9 na ukona.
You see, this is something orchestrating. This is a coach orchestrating his own downfall. A question for you, Askofu. When Ten Hag played Mazrui as a number 10, did he have options in the bench?
Definitely.
When the other day Amorim played Maino as a number 9, did he have options in the bench?
Amorim alikuambia.
No, yes or no? Wait.
Alikuwa nayo.
How many options did he have?
Alikuwa na option 2. Alisema nini after press? The idea was not to put Zax and Hojland on bench.
The idea was
to use Maino's qualities to try to help the team.
Sasa ndo nasema
hiyo ndio kitu walisema.
Tena dakika Mazrui pale pia Mazrui was trying to use Mazrui tena was trying to use Mazrui qualities
because he has played him there before, sindio? By the so are you defending Amorim for doing that?
You are defending Amorim
for playing Garnacho as let me tell you a scoff. Hata kama Maino angefunga juzi ama angetoa assist, that would have been a poor decision. Why? Maino plays two positions. Central defensive midfield or a central midfield. That is the farthest he can go. Kama ni kufunga ama si kufunga, even defenders score. Sawa. That is the best he can do as a central midfield. And I listened to him speak after the Conference League. Akasema, when you play Maino as a defensive player and a struggle, but when you play him when you play him at an offensive position, anacheza vizuri, si ndio? But not offensive to the extent anacheza number 9. So kesho atamchezesha wingi. Juu anajaribu ku bring the best.
As we transition to Arsenal, let me use an example of Arsenal. There's something Havertz brings in the team. He's not a prolific striker, but Havertz can play as a false 9.
Yes.
Because he can bully defenders. Hiyo Havertz anafanya vizuri. But we expect the same thing from Maino.
Does Maino have the qualities of a number 9? And you say, mi kuna kitu mi usema, a false 9 is not a position in football.
Yeah.
A false 9 is a responsibility. Hakuna mtu anatoka academy akifundishwa kucheza false 9. A good example, when KDB was playing as a striker for Man City before they brought in Haaland, he is a central attacking midfielder who was playing in the number 9 position as a false 9. Unaget? So false 9 is not a position, it is a responsibility. The same way you can give Eriksen that responsibility, but that does not mean that he is the quality of player who is supposed to be there. That was a wrong decision from Amorim, and it cost the team.
So you want to tell me Manchester United conceding it was because of Maino?
Manchester
United was scoring. It was because of Maino playing that.
Because why didn't I mention defending? Because Amorim alisema Maino kwa defense, he doesn't play well. That's why I didn't mention defending. I said scoring.
Because how wange defend, at least tungepata your 1 point.
So you guys are so contented getting at a point.
What surprises me
at the moment? Back. Whatever anafanya, let him do.
Okay.
When
you play Mazrui as a left back, I will not complain because you are short of options, except now that Patrick Doko amekuja, si ndio? But when you play Maino as a number 9 and you have two strikers on the bench, even if that was a Teta, I wouldn't have defended him.
Alafu at that time anakuja tena kutuuliza kama Maino kucheza ile position ndio ilichangia wao kutokufungwa kufungwa. Bro, ilichangia nyinyi kutokufunga bro.
Unakuambia sasa iko hivi.
But then Maino had a good shot. I think one of the shots on target, I think was his, keeper alitoa na fingertip. But coming to defend Amorim for playing Maino as a number 9, I'm surprised.
Our coach does at the moment, I'm back.
Ni kama hadi wa leo sikiza, ni kama hadi wa leo
whatever my coach does,
kama hadi wa leo Havertz.
But what's the difference? Because you called out Ten Hag for playing Mazrui as a number 10.
3 good seasons.
No, we are asking about that particular moment.
Ndio nakwambia alikuwa na good 3 seasons. Kujua position.
So unakuniambia Amorim ajui Maino hizi cheza 9, ajui Hojland kama anaweza cheza 9 vizuri kushinda Maino ama
so leo Amorim akiweka Kolia right back utakuwa sawa na hiyo
this season.
Utakuwa sawa na hiyo.
Okay, it's okay. Sawa. So you guys are mekubali this season is not you are not anywhere around any trophy this season.
Bro, Israel unauza mara yangu.
Na confirm tu.
Nilikwambia tuko card.
Sasa. I was just confirming. And since we are transitioning to Arsenal and talking about the man them like Havertz. This guy is a very funny guy. Nakumga even tweeted, man, this guy is so funny. Umse ana miss an open chance yenye like bro like ingize yo ball hapo kwa net.
Me, I can't even profile Havertz. I don't even know the kind of player Havertz is.
The guy goes and scores a why yani goal ingine tricky sana mazee. Jumazo ukiangalia the type of goal Havertz alifunga ilikuwa inataka like ile ni striker. Ile those ndo qualities zenye saa zingine Havertz anatuonyesha he can be a striker. But bro, the chance, open chance kumiss. Alafu Arsenal, it's almost the deadline day. We have not signed any striker,
and we are not signing anyone.
Even a midfielder mwenye tunaweza mchezesha false line kama Maino, surely.
Na hata Chelsea may equalize na tuja sign.
So stay humble. I feel that was the theme about this. Mina feel before hii game ya Arsenal versus Manchester City ilikuwa na pressure mingi tayari, the humble card and everything. So we were getting into a match yenye ilikuwa tayari kulikuwa na revenge on the other side. When Gabriel said after the press conference after the game after the game versus Man City where Haaland and alifanya hizo theatrics zote, saying about staying humble and all that, kuliza Miles Lewis ni nani kuita Gabriel Jesus a clown, kuambia coach wetu stay humble and kufanya zile vitu alikuwa anafanya na Gabriel. Coming to this game, I feel like the stay humble, we already knew it was hiyo ndio itakuwa the talk of the town. Na tuliona Arsenal showed up. Arsenal walionyesha they can battle Man City, but guys are calling Man City a weak team right now, and kufungwa tano na Arsenal doesn't matter. What's your opinion on that, bro?
Number one, this is football, and whatever you saw on the pitch yesterday wasn't personal.
Yeah, sure.
Declan Rice, I was listening to Declan Rice and he was saying, these are football antics. These are football theatrics. And in fact, he said everyone at Arsenal has got tremendous respect for Erling Haaland. He was asked why Lewis Kelly did that celebration. He said everyone has got tremendous respect for Erling Haaland because of what he does on the pitch and because of what he has done. So number one, that's just football theatrics. Number two, I think now there is something we can call a rivalry in England, because whatever rivalry was there between Aston Villa and Man City, hakuna kitu kama rivalry ilikuwa hapo hivyo. Liverpool and
Van Dijk na De Bruyne wanaenda holiday pamoja.
Guardiola anaenda anahagiana na nani na Klopp. What kind of rivalry is that? You see, football is not all about enmity, but it's all about rivalry.
Yeah.
So I think that rivalry has been rekindled. Number three, I think Arsenal had a point to prove, because we felt that Trossard being sent off first leg was very unfair.
Yeah, it was very unfair.
So right now they wanted to prove that we can beat this City team. And Teta also wanted to extend right now Teta is 17 games unbeaten against Premier League top 10 top 6 traditional top 6. Yeah, so I think it was a good game, and as an Arsenal fan it was even better because of the performance from our youngsters. And
before we go to Mokwa na kusikiza opinion yake, umeongelea about the 17 streak without being beaten by the traditional big six. Pia the record Arteta may make, and Arteta we have gone 14 games without losing. Is it 14 games without losing in the Premier League? Yeah. The last time to lose kwa Premier League kwa lini?
Was it
November?
Was it to Bournemouth?
Yeah, in November or October. We have gone almost 14 matches without losing in the Premier League.
I think the board should just try and give Arteta a strike.
Yeah. No hapo ninakujia. There was a day we were having an argument. Is there a team can go up to the end of the season without losing? Arsenal so far, I think we are showing that we can do that.
Yeah, sure.
But the problem is we can do that, but can we win?
we can avoid losing.
We can avoid losing, but can we win? That's the only problem with Arsenal. Arsenal.
The last time Liverpool lost again.
Huh?
You remember the last time Liverpool?
They lost. They've lost one so far.
One
from
October.
I'm talking about Arsenal. We are talking about
a team
Arsenal
that will go the whole season.
Yes, Liverpool, it can do that. We are in the point of Arsenal, bro. So Arsenal inaonyesha fanya whatever it was doing last season, and it's all about to the rest of the Liverpool. Tunaona they can do that, and Liverpool they are winning. They are winning and they are doing their thing. But Arsenal, can they win?
Sure.
Can they go? Itakuwa ni draws ama itakuwa ni wins? Because all we need now is winning after winning.
Sure.
The next game we need to show up and win.
Sure.
Win these games na to at the point yenye Chris alikuwa anasema the other time ati we have a problem of counting. We are not counting. This is a Premier League title. You have to count. You have to count when you are a title contender. You have to count. But when you are in number 13, you don't deserve any counting. So, Mokua, your honest opinion about the Arsenal versus
Bidii tuliachia
nini? So Bidii achia Arsenal na
hatutaki ligi. Sasa ligi ni ya kazi gani?
Sasa
Hatutaki ligi.
Sasa
Nyinyi Bidii na zile timu za kusimp kama Arsenal tutaendelea kupiga pole pole.
Bro, but you guys are simping for Liverpool to win the league.
Why? Simp for Liverpool win for what reason?
Si ndo Arsenal asishinde.
Arsenal asishinde. Umesikia nikiongelea story ya Liverpool. Mimi sina hainihusu. Ligi hainihusu. Why should I pray for Liverpool to win the league?
Sasa tutakuwa hapa tu. So nimekuuliza your opinion about the match.
My honest opinion about the Arsenal Manchester City game. Kuna mse fulani niliingia group jana hiyo time game akasema anaitwa Alfie one of my guys akasema aliingia tu hivi akaangalia minute 1 hivi akasema ni fan wa Man U akasema au Man City wanakunywa nyingi sana full time ampigo 5 ile jamaa wa Arsenal wakuja nabdi umefungua kanisa tuende tufungulie kanisa tuende basi tufungulie kanisa yako ulisema la this happened. Okay, from minute 1 I realized like there's an intense in the back line ya City. So nilikuwa kule lakini nimenyamaza nikijua nilikuwa nyuma ya City lakini nimenyamaza nikijua hawa hii round hii hawatoboi. Kufika first half sikuwatch the second half of the game. So I can't say anything but social media niliona the good thing to kwa hiyo game ni waliambiwa you stay humble and Haaland was add something to remind you on the badge.
Bro, unajua kwa nini hatuwezi consider the reminder Vardy did the reminder akiwa amefunga wakiwa wameshinda versus Tottenham. You cannot you cannot do a reminder when you are slapped 5-1 as a champion. Bro, like
Guardiola did it to Liverpool fans. Mbona mkuongea hiyo? Alifungwa.
Tuliongea. Si ndio tuliongea. Umefungwa. Nionyesha you guys
do you think that has got merit? Why?
Because you guys are losing.
Liverpool, other than that, football haijaanza leo. When City was doing 6, how many does Liverpool have? In fact, Liverpool has got twice as many titles as Man City. More than twice, I think. So when Haaland is reminding Arsenal, and the Arsenal has got more domestic titles than Man City, what are they? What's the point?
Haaland was reminding you of the number of Premier Leagues that he has won last.
No, you are wrong. You are wrong. He only pointed one.
He said he was the champion last season. They are the champion. They have the badge. The badge. The champion. Hiyo ndo alikuwa anatu-remind they are the champions, but you guys are the champions, are the previous champions.
But then me I understand. Haaland was trying to find something to hold on because you've lost. Because if there's a team that we really need to be beating, it's that Man City team. Because tangu Guardiola alipokuja and City has been raining on us. So like it's hata next season yafaa tuendelee kuwapiga. Nani was just Haaland was just
so you could have done that on the last 2 seasons mngekuwa saa ina kikombe. So there's no need of beating.
You've also been playing the last 2 seasons in England. Unajua mimi kuna wasielewi. Kuna Premier League way inapoanza kila mtu anakuaga na points ngapi? 0. Kila mtu anakuaga amesign. Lakini sasa hii kelele iko wapi?
Sasa jamaa kuna 29, mimi niko na 50 ana wivu.
Mimi ndio kutumiuliza kila did you sign?
Mimi sina wivu.
Did you sign?
Mimi sina wivu.
Ulisign players.
Which nilikuwa najua.
Ulisign players. No. Ulisign players
for this domestic.
You signed expensive players.
Bro,
Euro for how much? How much for Euro?
Nilisign.
How much for Euro? How much for Ugarte, my brother? Wewe bana.
The problem si kusign. Chelsea wamesign wangapi?
Mbona unakimbia kwa Chelsea? Nimeuliza. Chelsea are not here. And since we talk about the Manchester,
mbona wako huko juu mbele? Hamko sign vile wamesign.
Since unaongelea Manchester City backline, the backline check it. No, it's not about intense. It's about backline, the experienced players wamepotea. Diaz is not in the team, injury. And the experienced player like Stone mwenye aliyekuwa ku hold the back, he was like their main man pale. He was kind of lost in the game. Na leo Stone has been a player in the Premier League for a long time.
Sure. Since his days in Everton.
Yeah, amefika at a point yenye tutasema like Kyle Walker kwa sema these are guys having tired legs. Yeah, they are tired. The league icon ndani yao, their form is not in them. Now ukiangalia the upcoming players like Akanji and the Ake Overdiol making too many mistakes. Kina Kuzanov, the other game he made a mistake. Akanji, the other game versus Arsenal, he made a mistake. Foden made a mistake, a terrible one, because the Foden mistake was the one that gave us the Partey goal. Now it brought us back to the game and we end up winning. This the back line, Fidel, the back line in Manchester City, do you think what does it need, the back line?
I think the problem at Manchester City is not the back line alone. The problem at Manchester City is the defensive midfield position.
Yeah, and we have seen that they have signed a player.
They've signed a player. I think he is currently undergoing medicals, but I think that is where the problem is. Guardiola is a kind of coach who does not play a double pivot. He used to play Rodri, but because Rodri is not there, now he's playing a double pivot of Bernardo Silva and Kovacic, who none of them is a central defensive midfielder.
They are 8 and 10.
So the whole of their back line is exposed. Look at Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets used to protect the Barcelona defense line on his own. Casemiro used to protect the Real Madrid back line on his own. To the extent, akipitwa ni hivyo.
Yeah.
So I think Guardiola has realized the central defensive position, and he has not signed a player. The only problem is the player going to perform so well? So I think yes, the defenders have been good, but you see when the whole team is dysfunctional, that's it.
Since you're talking about the whole team, and I want us to finalize on the podcast or this episode, Omar Mamushi, a new player. What do you think of him? Towards Omar Mamushi, what's your opinion on? Good player?
Yeah.
I think play Mamush in his position.
Yeah, the same thing. Why was he playing Mamush at position 10?
During that Chelsea game, he also played him as a number 10. I'd rather you even play him as a winger.
Yeah, he'll be better at that position. But I feel like Mamush in the Premier League, it will take time.
Mamush made a decision of coming to City knowing there is a Haaland who never gets injured.
It will take time for him to get the form that he needs. It at what time?
He's an athletic player.
Yeah.
He runs and
so
does
fast,
everything.
Yeah, so fast.
But where Guardiola is playing him, I think maybe amwetu kudefy Guardiola na acheze tu ile mpira yenyewe.
Alipata na the man called Partey from Ghana. And as we are finishing Arsenal strategy of transfer, one of the most poorest club when it comes to transfer strategies. Maze, bro, for 4 seasons, ama ni tuseme we have been looking for strikers. Windows kama ine tunatafuta striker, we have not signed any striker. The deadline inafika na refresh tu ex yangu hapa na ngoja nione the Austin Bomba na Fabrizio.
We have come to understand we Arsenal fans want a striker, but the board does not want a striker.
But I was reading somewhere they were saying Arsenal doesn't want to buy any striker. At this point they want to buy a striker. So like they are kind of saving their money for the summer transfer. Let's hope, and that's what we still do. Concrete talks and appreciating
and negotiating.
And at this point, I want to say to our fans that I really appreciate you guys, and I'm having concrete talks with you guys, and I'm monitoring you guys. So make sure you subscribe on the channel, like, share, and comment.
Enda pale YouTube.
As you continue to subscribe and sharing and liking and commenting, you guys know that I'm appreciating you. I'm having concrete talks with you, and I am monitoring you. And this new word ilisemekana sijui mimbling. We are mimbling on you guys.
We're even introducing new words.
But it's a new word on my vocabulary. I'm mimbling on you guys to make sure you subscribe to our channel, the Teta podcast, the one 11 Nation. No, I don't Google anything. Bro, I didn't see you that.
See you next time.
Big Manjora.
This is your guy Fidel, the phenomenal Fidel, the landlord of angels.
Good time, manze.